Hello everyone, this is Vinita, life coach for women, helping women to live a happy life using mindfulness. So today it's a very inspiring session. It's going to be. I have invited somebody who is a homemaker, single mother of three girls, have turned to be a successful entrepreneur, a holistic healer, and a psychotherapist. Just by hearing this, I know that you would be really inspired to know who she is, right? And she has invested more than 25 years in healing and transforming thousands of people. And a quick story about her. Just 15 years before, she was bedridden and she experienced lower back pain. And she healed it with her determination and practicing right tools without undergoing any surgery. Isn't it awesome, guys? I know that you will be really waiting to know what was it, right? So without ado, we will just start it, okay? And she is an author of the book Find My Me. And today, she is living a perfectly healthy and happy life. And she believes we all have the ability of healing ourselves. So she created rhythm mind body connection. So, without ado, let's welcome our guest for today, our ma'am, Vindi Kohli. Hello, ma'am. Thank you so very much for accepting my invite and being here. And
Namaskara to you, Vinita.
really inspire me a lot. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thanks for giving me an opportunity that I should come on a powerful platform of women, where you are helping so many women to empower them. So I think I'm so grateful that you have called me for that. So thanks a lot and namaskara to everyone.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you
Yeah.
so much for that. And when I just got to know about you, the thing first inspired me is just being a homemaker to turn into an entrepreneur or something. It needs a great mindset and more about that, right? And you, additionally, being a single mother of that time, how did you make yourself into a successful entrepreneur? And a healer and a psychotherapist, mind blowing, right? So I really love to hear that from you and let us know all about that. Just please give details about that. I'm really inspired to know that.
Thanks, Vinita. So it's a very long story, but I will not take much time of you guys. So I think each one of us has some questions in our mind, that who am I, from where I'm coming. So I don't know whether everyone has it or not. But from the childhood, I was very inquisitive. I was always thinking, okay, why I'm a middle child, why I'm a girl, why I'm here, why my parents are like this. So with that thing, with that inquisitiveness, I grew up, and I wanted to learn, and I wanted to be professional in those days. But our bringing up in such a way that our parents has brought up us in a way that you have to get married, you have to do the graduation, and you need to get married. That's the only agenda. And I still remember I wanted to do interior designing, and those times interior designing was not recognized as a degree course. It was a certification, and my mother refused me because I was in a place called Amritsar, Punjab. I'm basically from Punjab, but staying in Bangalore. And my mom says, "Ki no, you are not going to go to Chandigarh," because it was in Chandigarh. So you are a young girl, and no, I do not want you to go. And then for marriage, the degree is important. So this is a taboo in our culture. I don't know now, to like the things have changed. I have three girls, and I have brought them totally different way, very very strong and open minded. But in those days it was like that the degree has to be, it's like a tag on your head, you have to do it. And as usual, then I was so stubborn. I said, okay, fine, then I will just do a graduation. And I completed my graduation in Kathak classical dance plus psychology and The sociology was my subject, so I have done an honors in sociology. And I got married. I was a happy married woman, and my husband was like we always grew up with that Bollywood scenes, and my husband was exactly looked like Anil Kapoor, and Anil Kapoor was my favorite hero till date. I
Wow.
don't
So
know
you
whether
manifested.
and I got married, and my life was absolutely perfect. Is the word very nice, very independent, very loving, and so I was enjoying my life. But they say, the things. It's not that every time things are the same. What you look like. And I was a housewife. I only knew how to take care of kids and cooking, you name it, and I knew the cuisine. I knew everything how to make it, keep my house clean, neat, and everything. And and then suddenly some incident has happened, Vinita, that I lost my husband. He got a cardiac arrest. We were all on holidays, and so that was the time. Like it was in few minutes, few seconds, my life got upside down, like it was totally changed. And then I didn't know what to do. There was a lot of you can say fear and vacuum and a lot of like I was totally paranoid. Oh my god, what has happened? Because sometimes it is difficult for anyone to accept that, those kind of things in your life. uh, but I don't know whether today I am going to talk as a healing point of view, that as I feel that every one of us has some power within us, as women especially. And because we are so protective in our environment, with husband, with father, with like everyone, that we never realize our own strength, within which we have. And that's what it happened, and my parents started pushing me to come back to Amritsar. But then I just requested them to let me be in Bangalore, because my girls were like, the older one was in ninth, the middle one was in sixth, and the youngest one was very small in second standard. So I didn't want to go in that age where the kids are. So I stayed there, and then I started exploring, I started learning. Then I joined interior designing, which was my dream to do that. So I did that. But simultaneously, like when my husband was alive, that time only I did Reiki healing course, plus Karuna healing course, and I started doing, practicing those healing on me, like how to, like energizing my chakras and how to heal my chakras. And my husband used to ask me, "What nonsense you are every day doing it? What is the benefit?" And I was in 20s in those days, like I was, I think, 29, 30 years old at that moment when I did that course. And so that time my husband said, "Ki, why do you need it?" So I said, "I don't know, but I like it when I create a aura around my children, when I create that pyramid around my kids. I like it when I safely send you from home. I feel satisfied about it. I don't know whether it is how, in what angle it has benefited me." But when this incident happened, my husband left us. So that time I was very depressed. I said, "Oh my God, my Reiki didn't help." you know. So, but then, I had, till that time, because it was already 4 5 years I was doing that. Uh, I was so habitual of doing certain practices that even though, like, I was a bit depressed about it, ki, okay, fine, I could not save him, but still I was doing those practices. And
Okay.
after him, in fact, I had gone little more deeply into spirituality and to wanted to know a little more deep about it. Okay, why it has happened? That why? That all whys were coming quite extensively in my life. And now I realize, Vinita, and then I started my business. I became entrepreneur, and I was having a bit knowledge of fashion, because to pass my time, I just used to join. I had joined the institute called Vogue in Bangalore. If anybody is from Bangalore, they know the institute. It's very famous institute. I was the first pass out from that institute, and
Wow.
uh, And then, so I realized, to let me cut down my story, that I was like, I just felt that I was a lifelong learner, because I was a learner. That is why I could survive it, because I was upgrading myself in every sphere of my life, in every stage, whatever the stage has come. Even when I got married, or even when I have an older daughter, middle daughter, youngest daughter, like in every time I was learning something of the other, Tanjore or this or that, or like I was upgrading myself. So my uh, now because now I know so much, and I learned and I educated myself. Earlier I never used to know, okay, there is a left brain or right brain. Now I know there is a left brain and right brain. You need to balance it. So all those things were happening, and which I feel that as a women, uh, we are like very much emotionally strong. Actually, we are weak also, but we are strong also if we know our strengths, and we can handle the things much better than, in fact, men sometimes, because we have that, compassion a lot within us. So
Yes.
that empathy and compassion is quite a lot in women, basically. So now, as your audience are women, and I really wanted to tell them this, that they should know that what their strength is, where the strength is lying. So I realized over the time, Vinita, that uh, because of the learning path, I could survive, and I had started my business. So today I would like to tell you this, that today I'm running a construction business, and also the fashion, where it's not an institute, but yes, I teach students, fashion students, how to, after learning fashion, how you can, handle your life, how you can run your business, or how you can become an entrepreneur. So I do
Wow.
that mentoring one on one with them, and I help them, because I know as a homemaker that what are the challenges, anybody can get it on the way,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
And then lot
Absolutely.
of things, yeah.
Yeah, 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 absolutely. The one thing which really made the shift is that you were lifelong learner, right? You
Absolutely.
were learning every stage and you were implementing it in your life. No, that was the thing, key thing which really helped you here, and I'm really happy to know that.
Yeah,
Yes.
so I think, Vinita, yeah, this is very important. That, see, now, in fact, yesterday also I had a one-on-one session with someone. So I was telling them, I said, if they said, that girl said, oh, I love to give, gyan to people. I said, there is nothing to give gyan. I said, no need to give gyan. Gyan is not necessary to give. I said, it's about that if you are learning something, because right now you Google it, you have everything. You go to YouTube, it's full of information. There are some people whom I met in for my this back healing, because I personally help people to heal, and that's a different story. I'll tell you that how I am on a healing platform, because I was healing myself, because I was broken emotionally, I was broken mentally. And when you broke mentally and emotionally, it impacts physically automatically.
Absolutely.
Right. So this was my condition, and that is why I was bedridden for very long time, almost 8 months, where I was. The doctors told me that you will be paralyzed, this, that, ye, wo. So I was very scared of my life altogether. And then I think the strength came because of this healing which I was doing it. So unknowingly, I was healing my chakras. I was healing myself, and going into the depth of the spirituality has given me how to handle my emotions. So
Yes.
today, when Vinita, I am on this platform, it was not at all planned.
Yes.
It
I
was, so
have.
some things are not planned in your life, isn't it? What do you think
Yes,
about
yes,
it?
yes, absolutely, absolutely. And at this point of time, one thing is for sure that you healed your emotional pain. And I know that how important is that for each and every person. Okay, even it's a man or woman, how important is that to lift themselves from wherever they are to the next level. right? So I want to you to tell about something that healing this emotional pain is how important and how can be done. Throw some light over that, because people, they doesn't know, they hold the emotional pain in them, right? They hold it, but then they doesn't know, they are not aware of it, but then they feeling the struggle of life. That's the only thing they know. They know that what is happening to them, and they know that they are in pain, they are struggling, everything, but they doesn't know that there is an emotional pain inside them, that is what causing it, right?
Correct.
So
Correct.
just describe about that.
So when, because it was a very hard time, because and I was a housewife, so I didn't know how to handle myself. So it was a big challenge for me, Vinita, at that moment, to understand first of all my own emotional strength. And I always used to say I'm emotionally very weak, I'm very emotional. And because of the emotional front was weak, I had taken a lot of wrong decisions also in my life. But slowly over the time, when I was going deeply into this spirituality, I realized that there is still, I am saying I have come out of it, because in front of the people I was smiling. I was smiling every time, laughing, doing everything, because I didn't want to show that sad part to my children. Because I feel, oh my God, my girls will become a little more emotional, and they will not be stronger if they see mother crying all the time. So if I used to cry, I used to cry in my room, or in locking my bathroom and locking my doors, and then I used to cry. So then I realized that still there is a lot of things inside. Then I started working on it, that how to handle it. I had gone to a lot of spiritual gurus. I'm actually, I'm very proud way I say that I'm a product of Sadhguru. Like, I have done a lot of his hatha yoga, and then I've gone his bhavaspanna and shunya meditations. I've done all kind of advanced programs of him. And then I was volunteering for his this thing, Isha Foundation. Then I was a volunteering from Brahma Kumaris, because I was just running from pillar to the post to find out the meaning of my life. It is like, it was like hunger, you can say. It was there until now. So so when I started writing my book, I was thinking from very long time, and I always used to again, uh, you know uh, you always underestimate yourself in the life, isn't it? Most of the time. So I always say, अच्छा मेरी book कौन पढ़ेगा? मुझे कौन जानता है, ये मेरी बुक पढ़ेगा? I always say. Then I feel, okay, chalo, no problem, at least let me just start writing. And then we had a plan that I joined one author, one person who helps to you to become an author, Jyotsna. I don't know whether you know her or not. So I met her in one of the programs, and I joined her, and she and me decided, okay, we are going to write the book. And when I was writing the book, and the book was supposed to be on my fashion business, because I'm specialized for wedding trousseaux, and I thought, okay, let me just write the book on fashion, like on my life story, and from my life story I'll bring it to fashion. But when I started writing, I was unable to come out of my emotions. That time I realized, like, till so many days I didn't sleep, like 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, because all thoughts were coming in the night when everything is calm. Otherwise, mornings are office, children, this, that, so many activities. And then I realized I was writing and I was crying. Then I realized writing is so important. And still, like, I learned how to write journal. Lot of spiritual gurus also, teachers also tell you, lot of mentors tell you to journal. But how to journal, what to journal, there is like, and I think that particular thing nobody can tell you as the person experience it. So that time I realized that what I experienced is that I was not writing the deep truths of my life. I hide myself. I do not want to understand my own mood, like own weaknesses, own strengths. Then I started writing first of all my own strength. Okay, है क्या क्या नहीं है और क्या क्या डालना है. You know, we are missing that subject at all. We always into the, like, we all are becoming overconfident, and because of that overconfidence we are hiding our actually truth inside, which is the reality of our life, which is real. We are those weaknesses. We do not want to even think about it. I know I have made mistake, but I do not have courage to say I have made mistake. That honesty was missing, you know. I don't know.
Got it. Absolutely. What you said, that writing, no, even I had experience when I was writing, all the pain what I was having was getting released out of me, out of when I was writing. When we write, we think, we write it, we release it. Right? Even in today's video, also, I was just talking about how to release a emotional pain. First thing I really always recommend is writing. Just write it and let it out, right? So yes, and you have become a proof again that it works. It really works, right?
It
Yes.
works, and you know, writing also. This is a tip I am giving it to the people, that writing is that first of all, you first start with the. Just a moment. Yeah, so writing is something which you need to understand, that how the writing needs to be, what you need to write. One, everybody says, okay, write your goals. Okay, every day you should write your goals, you make your goals. That's fine. You need to make your goals. You need to make your goals on financial part, on your health, on your relationship, on your career. Okay, that's very important. You need to write. But I think the main thing is writing is that write your feelings.
Yes.
Every day, whatever the feelings are coming, whether it is bad or good or whatever. I realize at that time is one thing more is that I had from the childhood I used to write, Vinita. And like my father has given me one time 2-3 diaries of mine which I was writing so many things. And when I was turning pages, I wrote some incidents happened with my sister or brother or with my friends. Then after my husband, I was writing every day my feelings, that what has happened. Now today is the second day without you. Today is the 10th day without you. Today is the 30th day without you. And what is the feeling? Like, this is how I started, you know, healing my that sadness, that vacuum, because I was talking to him every day till now. Like till now, I say, okay, it's 20 years now, almost 21 years, Vinita, without him. So it's like a long journey. But I realized then slowly in meantime that I was writing only sad part of my life. Like somebody has said this, somebody has said that, ये हुआ वो हुआ, मैं इतना रोई, मैं इतनी परेशान हुई. But I was not writing anywhere about my achievement, about my success, about like as a homemaker, I became entrepreneur, and so my girls are quite educated. I made them, you know, to go into that path, because I was not very educated. I was just the graduate, so I always used to feel guilty about it. So then I keen that my children should study. So my daughter, the older one, is engineer plus MBA in construction management. My middle daughter is a cricketer. She's a Ranji player, Karnataka. And the the youngest one is an architect. She takes care of my business. So like then I realized we are not writing our strengths. We are not writing our successes. We are not considering those successes. So this is the one thing which I would like to tell everyone, that we should understand our feelings step by step, how we are moving ahead in our life. If you have a specific goal to achieve, so then first of all, you should know why do you want it to achieve? Why is important? More than anything, that what and how, it's more about why. Why
Yes.
do I have to do this? Why I am sitting in front of Vinita and talking like this one on one, it's like we have to ask ourselves why I'm on your platform. I didn't know you. I do not know you, Vinita. We just recently connected because of that program, that
Yes,
we are
yes.
supposed to share the room together. And that's how we connected once. And today I am on your platform and we're talking.
I
So
never thought I'll be interviewing. No, this is something happened.
yeah,
Yes,
it happened. So everything happens for the cause, you know that?
yes.
Everything is written. Everything is written. So, in fact, I would like to add here is that today I am a healer. Why I am a
Yes.
healer today? Why am I a healer today? Because I never thought I'm going to heal people. I am on this platform. I never thought, Vinita. Like
Yes.
it is just the soul calling. And I would like to tell your audience, all of them, that my actually the official name is Vandana Raj is my fashion brand. If you Google it, you will get it. And Vindi is my pet name. My parents used to call me Vindi at my home. My sister brother calls me Vindi, nobody else. So, but I don't know how I am on this platform and why on Vindi. And then I was confused in between. Oh my God, am I confusing everyone? In between, I was thinking and I was asking myself, am I Vindi or am I Vandana? Who am I? And then, thanks to this COVID, I think COVID has given pause. This is the another message I would like to give everyone, that how important is when you talk about mindfulness. So yes, so the healing never happens if you are not mindful. It never happens without the mindfulness. You need to be conscious about certain things, right? So when I this lockdown came and everything got stopped, and I got an opportunity to sit with myself. And that time, actually, my book was that's the real time when I started working on my book. And this is my now I think it's ulta or it's Sida, it's coming
Yes,
correctly.
yes, yes. It's seen well. Pretty
Well,
well. Find my me. Yes,
this
yes.
is the book. And I started writing this book. And that's how, like, the why I, in fact, this Find My Me also, my daughter says, very funny name. I said, no, bache, I'm still finding myself. That was the word came into my mind while doing a meditation. I felt that there is a me missing. Still, this me is missing somewhere. So I think it is missing with every one of us. And that's how this Find My Me started. And today I am helping people out for for their physical healing through emotional and mental healing. So
Ah,
it's like,
super, super. Yes, yes, yes. No, no. When I got to know you, that I learned that you healed your lower back pain.
yeah,
Yes, yeah. That was like most of the people they have their back pain, right? So
yeah.
lower back pain. So healed with this healing techniques, right? You did it with healing techniques, and just throw us a little bit about that. That how people can really heal it. Just sharing your experience, people will really know that it is not that always you have to end with surgery. You know? Always,
Absolutely. Hmm.
yes, if doctor says something, they believe that that's the only way they will get healed, right? Right. So you are right. You are the testimony just before us that you are healed without surgery. So just show us that
Before I
because I
say,
have seen people
I,
who are in twenties. Okay, I know
hmm,
people who are in twenties and they tell me that they are having back pain because
back
of
pain.
back pain. Yeah, because of back pain, I'm not able to lift weight. I'm not able to do this. I'm not able to sit properly down. No, many things. So you are the testimony and you are the right person to tell about that. Just show us something about that.
So
Yes.
I'll make you laugh before I say about it. Yesterday I was talking to my daughter. She's in UK
Mhm.
right now, and so we all
Okay.
talk. We both talk till late night in the evening. So I told her about backache, that one client had come, and I was discussing. I because she's being into sports, So she's also my right hand to give me a lot of tips, how I healed myself. So I was just telling her, I said, I do not understand why doctors always say, because doctors are only saying what have they learned it. Like, have they broken their back and healed it? How much she laughed. She said, I wanted to tell all the orthopedics, please break your back and then you are healing, and then you are saying surgery is beneficial or physiotherapy is beneficial. We will come forward. It's just the joke apart. Just doctors are doing the perfect role. In my case also, I think I have not left even one orthopedics of Bangalore. I had gone to Apollo in Delhi. I had gone to PGI in Chandigarh. I had gone here in Bangalore, Hosmet and Narayan Hirdayalaya, and then Jain Hospital, you name it. And I had gone all the hospitals, Vinita, for my back. Like, it was the phase when I was working on my career, and definitely it was a very tough phase of my life. Then the kids were small, and I was building up my business and building up, because I needed to earn money. Simple. My goal was to earn money so that I can take care of my kids. But more than that, it was like that, how to earn the money. I have to have that skill with me. So I was working on my skill as well, that I have to work on my own skill. And so there's a stairs I have in my house, and as usual, fast, and I just slipped off and I broke my tailbone. So it was a hairline fracture. But what happened is, because as I said, that emotion, because I feel now, over the time when I studied and I healed myself, I felt that emotionally I was broken so much that it was difficult for me to heal physically. So this is one message I wanted to give everyone, that if you are emotionally stuck up, there is a repressed emotions in you. There is a repressed fear in you, the repressed anger in you. We repress so many things inside, na? We just keep it inside. We do not. And then if you are having a small even pain of headache, will not go. Even the pain of spondylitis will not go. Even the pain of some nerve or some kind of inflammation will not go. So this is what I studied. I studied too much on this. And then I realized at one fine day, that thanks to my daughter again, the middle one, because I feel, because being into sports, and she's a very fitness fitness geek person, and she used to tell me, "Ki Mama, you talk a lot. You know how to do exercises, but you are not putting it into practice every day." So one thing is so there are a lot of things. There is a lifestyle change, and why the backache happened to some people, it's an injury, like in my case, but in some people it's just like that, their lifestyle. Backache is the lifestyle problem. I always say backache is the lifestyle problem. Diabetes is the lifestyle problem. Even the hypertension is the lifestyle problem.
Yes.
These are the lifestyle. Kidney failure is also the lifestyle problem. So most of the problems, gallbladder stone, kidney stone, all gut problem, all these are lifestyle problems when we are not doing certain things in balance, right? We are not taking care of our physical activities, our mental thought process, which is very important. This is the first thing comes, and then it comes your emotional repression. We have to understand where my emotions are stuck. So where I am not finding the strength within me to heal myself. So I think that's very important. And if anybody is suffering from backache, first of all, the first thing comes is, it's the very biggest tip which I normally give in my all classes when they come to me, and I do one-on-ones, Vinita. Group coaching I do in between, but right now I am doing a lot of one-on-ones with the people, where I give them 30 days program to heal their backache. So like I am not saying
Yes, yes, guys, just for your information, I'll drop that one-on-one link in the description, right, or in the comments. Just go and click to get appointment from her and also heal it. Okay, please, ma'am, continue.
so healing is one thing which first come here.
Okay.
If I say I am going to heal myself, I am healed, then only you are healed. I I want to come out from my backache, but what am I doing for it? So first of all, bring the thought here that I want to come out of my backache and I am perfect right now. So bring that visualization within you and then start working on it. Okay, what I'm going to do to come out of it? Just to say, just to think, just to take painkillers, you are not going to come out of your back pain. Lot of work you need to do. Now when you go for surgery or when you go for physiotherapy, you are not doing anything, somebody else is doing. And backache healing is when you do for yourself.
Yes.
Right? We do not hire people to give deliver to my baby. Nowadays actually that is also happening, but still you put effort to deliver a baby, right? Exactly, the pain is like that. You need to put effort to come out of your pain, any kind of pain.
Yes, absolutely. You nailed that. Yes, yes, of course.
Yeah.
So, women here who are listening, I know that you have got bunch of ideas, bunch of things that you have to carry in yourself to move from emotional pain and to relieve from your lower back pain. I think, yeah, she has really given mini courses on everything. Yes, ma'am. Thanks for that. Absolutely. And also, if you are one homemaker or somebody who want to go to the next level, I know that your book, that Find My Me, that is all about me and the purpose and about everything, right? Yes, 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 yes. Just yeah, of course. Just let me know about that book. That what you are telling about Find My Me. What is actually?
So, Vinita, it is a small biography of my life,
Okay.
which I always feel I have, connected with this. So there is a page which is having a healing tree.
Okay.
you know so I say that life is like a healing tree.
Okay.
So like how we have branches, how we have leaves around us, how we have fruits and all those things. So we sometimes forget, if suppose the leaf is, suppose the tree is not looking very healthy, the leaves are falling or the branches are bending, so we always cure, पानी डालेंगे, pesticides डालेंगे, all
Uh-huh.
those things, but we never understand that there is a problem in the roots, in the soil which is coming up, which is there, because maybe soil got little some problem in the soil, or there is a some thing is in the roots, and probably when your base, when you make a building, always we look for the foundation. So those are the foundation of our life, right? And rest of the things, leaves and branches, are our family, our environment, our identity, our children, our work, our jobs. But from where I am coming from, my values, my like it's a, again it goes, I have gone somewhere into the detailing of it, that how it's important for you to understand your childhood. I really talk a lot. So my book, the first three lessons are only on the childhood.
Okay.
When I was writing, I was unable to come out of my childhood. So
Okay.
sometimes there are a lot of things which stuck up, or something which you need to heal. So I think everyone, this is another tip I am giving to them, that they have to understand that is there something which, if today I am not happy, or I am not satisfied, or something is missing in my life, what is there in my childhood? Please go back, heal that part. So I help in that healing, where I help them finding out their energy levels, I teach people how to create aura around them. So backache is not that I structurally look at. I look at backache as the like holistic way, as the like psychological way. I do not
Okay.
look at structurally कि okay fine आपकी MRI में ये आया है और आपके उसमें वो आया है और आपकी bend हो गई और the disc is slipped off, all those things, or you have a osteoporosis. I do not take all these things. That is a part of it that is medically showing. Today also, if I show my MRI report, the doctors will say this patient is going to be on the bed. Nobody
Oh,
says that "Hey, I'm teaching yoga, I am teaching pranayam, like all the breathing exercise, breath work, I do it with everyone. I am so active in my lifestyle, everything. You know, it is in the mind. So my slogan is for my program is heal the mind, heal the body. You know?
yes, yes, yes.
So this
Absolutely.
book is named, this chapters also I named as tree. The first chapter is the healing tree, the foundation, the tree of your blueprint, the tree of your new identity. So the tree of experience, the tree of miracles, like how miracle happens in your life when you are on a healing path. You know that you will understand once when you read this book. Then the tree of new perspective, like sometimes there is a perspective change in your life when the life changes, when like in my life when I became director of the company, or when my kids got married, and so the two girls got married and I'm a grandmother of a baby boy, Vinita. I
Wow.
just He's 1 year old. So this is how the book is all about, the tree of hope, the tree of innovation when I started something new, the tree of abundance when everything is happening without me knowing, and the tree of new beginning. And new beginning may I have explained that that time actually I just stepped into healing, and I never knew
Oh,
it that today I am going, after 3 years I'm going to talk to you about back healing. I didn't know what I'm going to teach in healing. I knew it that I thought, okay, I'm going to heal. Okay, I know healing, I know Reiki, I know this, I know that, but then what is the problem I'm going to solve of people? And then I thought, my main, definitely there are a lot of problems which I solved, but I think this is the one problem which I feel very feel achieved, that I have done it without surgery. And doctors told me, Vinita, that I'm going to be paralyzed. my
oh,
bavu, my bavu will become so weak that my control of my motion will not be there with me.
oh,
That's the fear the doctors have given it to me, and
okay.
that's the challenge I took it. And I worked a lot on myself. This is one thing I wanted to tell everyone. It's not
Yes,
easy.
yes. Yes, yes, of course, I know it.
Work on it.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, yes. By now, whoever is there live would have known that how a woman can really make her into a successful entrepreneur, healing herself emotionally, physically, and you have seen that how every challenge she has just turned it around and she has become the person right now. Like I always truly believe that whatever we undergo, the challenges what it is there, I really feel that it's blessed one. Without those challenges, we would have never become what we are right now. Yes, when we are undergoing the challenges, we think that, "Arey yaar, only me, only I am suffering, only I," right? That victimhood used to come in. But then once when you cross it, these things will become your experience, and you will be in a position where you can show path to other people that how easily they can navigate through those all these situations, right? So
Absolutely.
here, yes, yes. So here, people, you would have really known how she has really overcome all those struggles in her life, and truly, truly inspired. Yes, because when we are kids, we are really held by our parents everywhere, right? So we are. It's not by chance also we are not going to fall down. But then after a certain period, standing on our own and also supporting our people, and we are growing, that really needs a determination, and You have lived a way of life that you inspire everyone, including me. Yes, yes,
No, Vinita,
absolutely.
thank you so much for giving me the opportunity to share this story, because I always say that we all have stories, and
Yes,
some stories are heard, some are unheard, some they know that they have stories, some they have courage to speak about their stories, some they just leave it like that and then they go. So like this, like I always say that that I really tell everyone, if you have experience now, like I have experience of in healing, because why I am so confident, because I worked on myself.
yes.
I am doing it on myself. Like till now, I used to do volunteer for some years, and then I used to stop, because I used to see, oh my God, when I volunteer, na, then my practices impacts a lot. Then my concentration is that I have to teach somebody else. So I always used to stop in between my volunteering, that I do not want to teach, because I do not want to, compromise with my own practices. And it happened in between when I was working on this program. You know that you are also now in this coaching and training, how much work we have to do.
Yeah.
There's a lot of back end things which we need to work on, the messages, typing, writing, like, and to learning these kind of technology. It's the challenge for us, isn't it?
Yes,
And
yes, yes, yes.
so there was a time when I was actually started compromising with my practices, and believe me, Vinita, there was a time I stopped everything. last
Okay.
last year I actually stopped everything. I didn't do anything except my one-on-ones, one or two. That also I was very particular, because I didn't want to pressurize myself, and I didn't want to compromise with my own practices. I said, oh my God, then, always my mind is occupied. Ye karna hai, wo karna hai, ye karna hai, wo karna hai. Let me take a pause. So when I say take a pause, I take pause. When I
Yes.
say, okay, do this asana, I do that asana. When I say, okay, let's you also close your eyes, take a deep breath in and breathe out. Let's take a deep breath in and breathe out. Open your eyes. So, calm, bliss, right?
Yes, absolutely. I could see the mindfulness. Yeah, mindful way, my way.
Your
Thank
way,
you.
right? So it's very important that we have
Yes,
to take a break after 1 hour. Every 1 hour, I take a break.
yes.
I leave everything, and today I'm supposed to record for my VSL. I'm making this program, and then um, I'm doing a marketing, and then I'm creating a VSL, like I'm creating a audio recording for that. And
Okay.
so it took me almost two hours to record, my entire thing. And then I was so exhausted, and suddenly I remember, oh my God, I have a live with you. And then I messaged you. After that, after your message, I started typing what I am going to send to my people, that I am coming live with you. That Vinita, who's a life coach for women and who teaches mindfulness. So, and that mindfulness and calmness is on your face, Vinita. You look so calm and
Thank you.
subtle, and so
Thank
that
you.
gives that energy. I can see that energy within you. So then I was starting writing. After that, I literally took break. I said no,
Good.
no call. I put my phone on aeroplane mode. That not even a single call I will get it. Otherwise, the people will say, "Why are you not picking up?" Especially my
Mm.
daughter. If they call and if I'm not picking up, they are just panic. My mom is not picking up. So I just put it on that air mode,
Aeroplane
silent
mode. Yeah.
aeroplane mode. That okay, I'm not going to pick up. And then I took a pause. I was not doing anything. I was just sitting here, and just watch my breath. That's it. Because I wanted to be calm before I come to your platform.
Thank you so much. Yeah, I could see that. I know each and every practice when you are doing it, even eating, I got to know from you also. You are so mindful, being there, absolutely there. Yes, in these days when people when they are doesn't know how to deal with this emotional situation, everything, they're always being with a problem, right? Always being in thinking. And this kind of life is what I really, that's a mission of myself, to spread the awareness and to give people that this is the way, yeah, just live it and see how happily you will be, right?
Right.
And
Right.
that's the thing that will take them to the next phase instead of getting
Absolutely,
stuck.
Vinita. So my program is, you just use the word. So I wanted to tell here is that my program is based on three A's. So
Okay.
awareness, acceptance, and action. So
Good.
these three things is important. First, we need to be aware, to be mindful. Second is we need to accept whatever happening around us.
Yes.
And then the action, because without it, you can't heal.
Absolutely mind blown. 3 years. I got to learn from you. Okay, sometime I may copy it.
Sure, sure. Most welcome. Yeah, most
Yes,
welcome.
yes.
Yeah.
Thank
So
you.
see,
Thank you.
we as healers, I feel that uh, there should not be like that. Like I'm also teaching mindfulness now. Vinita is teaching mindfulness. Oh my God, she's going to copy me, or I'm going to. There's nothing like that. We are here for some mission, some cause. We are here to help thousands of people. One person cannot heal. I can't heal thousands of or hundred of people, even 10 people or 20 people. If we are together, I think the healing is all about when you are spreading it. you know
Yes.
Healing is all about when you spread from every corner, like from me to him or to her, or that's how the healing will spread. So that's what, like, we have to have a healing ecosystem where we are going to help everyone together.
Absolutely. Absolutely. No, when people may sometimes know, they fear that when they call somebody of their niche, na, oh, is there going to be competition, right? But it's never, never, never. Always
When
your
you're
people is you are going to have it.
Yeah, so Vinita, when your intention is right, na, when
Yes.
you are genuinely there to give some value outside, then you do not have that fear of copying. You do not have that fear of competition. You do not have those kind of depleting energy emotions with you.
Yes, yes, absolutely, absolutely. Guys, now by now you would have got really a plethora of knowledge before you. Everywhere she has given tips, right? From emotional pain, from getting into an entrepreneurship, just every part in mindfulness, backache, everything. Just make it a point that what is your key takeaway, right? Okay, just go through it. Your takeaway may inspire somebody to really look into the video and to get the complete knowledge of it. So just do that. And ma'am, really thank you so much for giving us plethora of knowledge here. Yes, thank you
Thank you
so very
so
much.
much. Thank you so much
Yes.
for calling me. And so, my best wishes to all the women entrepreneur here. And I think mindfulness is very important. And without it, and when I told you that I started my this healing journey when I was in 20s, so I feel that that's the age. So there is no age ki, okay, you're reaching 60 and then you need to understand meditation. No, you need to start right now, because that is only going to give you that. And Vinita can help you guys in a different way of showing the path of enlightenment and showing the path of mindfulness, which is very important, right?
Yes. Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Thank you so
Guys,
much.
just be here and just if you really need any help from her, I have said multiple times she is doing back healing, and she is really working with entrepreneurship. Just be there, book a one-on-one and get into it and heal yourself and become your better version, what you really love, your dream. Thank you so much,
Thank you.
ma'am.
Thank you,
Thank
Vinita. Thank
you.
you, everyone.
Thank
All the
you.
best. All the best, everyone. Take care. Okay,
Take
bye.
care. Yes, ma'am. Thank you. Thank you. Bye. See you in another interview. Thank you. Take care. Good night.